Dizzy Dreamer ASMR. Hello. Good evening. My name is Dizzy Dreamer ASMR. Welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to be doing my predictions for Clash at the Castle in Scotland this Saturday. This pay-per-view should be really good. The card looks pretty good, and I'm particularly excited to see this man on screen right now wrestle in his country. So without further ado, let's begin. These are in no particular order. These are just the order that I put the images in. So first up we have Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. So this match should be really good. I've been really enjoying the feud that they've been building up together. It's very multi-dimensional, you know. Gable's heel turn is really good. I think I've said this before in my past video. I prefer him as a face, but he has to be heel in this situation because Sami Zayn can't go heel right now. Obviously, everybody loves him. I think he's a good champion. He's a little boring. He's not my favorite wrestler, but he's also really not a bad wrestler at all. He's a good wrestler. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't know. It's a little meh, you know? I like the way, like, the cadence that he talks and when he does his promos. It's very, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's very, like, signature Sami Zayn. Let me know if you guys have ever noticed that. Anyways, so for this match, So yes, they are the current champions, and I kind of don't see them losing this. So the thing is, if you compare their stardom right now and their popularity and their push to the other two teams, it's very clear that, they're the front runners, because I haven't seen like very recent matches for Zoe and Shayna versus anybody else, but I remember they had a match, or was it just a solo match for Zoe versus somebody, but the crowd wasn't excited. Nobody was hyped. It made me feel so sad. I really like Zoe. I think she has potential. I think they could really make her into something, but there's just no momentum there for the crowd. So I don't think there's enough crowd support for Shayna and Zoe to win the belt right now. And then unfortunately, I also recently read that Alba Fire's mother just very recently passed away. And so I'm not sure if it really makes sense to give her the belt, if she would go, take some time off. Like, not having a champion that is not, like, having a champion that is not defending is not something that they want right now, because there's so much talent on the roster, and, it really should be defended regularly, right? So, I'm not too sure if Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are going to win this. Like, I don't think this is their time. They have a really cool look. I really enjoyed their aesthetic. I haven't watched them wrestle too much. Maybe in the future they could win the belt, but for now, I see it. Bianca and Jade retaining the belt. Next, Bayley versus Piper Niven for the WWE Women's Championship. Bayley currently has the championship. She won it off of Io Sky at WrestleMania. Bayley's new gimmick with the Egyptian theming is a little weird. I don't think she's Egyptian. I think she's Hispanic, I think. Yeah, I think she's Latina. But apparently her new gimmick is based off of this park that she grew up near, and it was an Egyptian-themed park. I mean, interesting, I guess. I don't know if I like that for her. I don't know if I like her aesthetic at all, actually. Nevertheless, I like Bayley, despite her aesthetic. Piper Niven is in a tag team with Chelsea Green. I have no real opinion of Piper Niven. When she was Dewdrop, I remember not liking her. Her aesthetic is nice now, like better now, a little bit more badass, But I love Chelsea Green. I think I'm in the minority when I say that. I really like Chelsea Green. I think her aesthetic is amazing. Her looks are great. I don't know if she's the best wrestler. Obviously, I don't think she's the best wrestler out there, and her interviews are amazing. And there was a while there where they were doing promos for her, and she was being a Karen. It was so good. I really, really enjoy seeing Chelsea Green, and I love seeing her thrive. So I hope that she gets more matches and she gets a push. And eventually, I'd really like for her to team up with Tiffany Stratton, because if you think about it, like, how cool would that be? I think they'd make a good tag team. Or like a Mean Girl, like, what's the word, Mean Girl faction? I don't know if that's the word, but yeah. I think they'd be a great team. Anyways, I really don't see Bayley losing the belt. I think that they'll put on a good match. I don't think it'll be the best match of the night. But I don't see Bayley losing the belt to Piper. I think that would be too random. You know what I mean? I think most if not all of tonight's champions are going to retain their belts. Next, we have Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles for the undisputed WWE Championship. So, does anybody else think that this this is an absolutely horrendous picture of AJ Styles. Like, bad pixelation aside, he looks like a Neanderthal. I don't know who okayed this picture, but he looks terrible. Like, sure, his muscles are popping, but his face is like, he looks like a caveman. Is that weird for me to think that? Do you guys agree? It's a bad picture of him. They used the same picture for the last pay-per-view he was in, which was it Backlash? Or was it King and Queen of the Ring? Can't remember. Anyways, just bad picture all around. So AJ Styles said that he was going to be retiring on Monday night. He gave this, or was that on Friday night? It was on Friday night. Can't remember now. He gave this big speech this Saturday.